may have progressed a little further in that time. So the good news is that Hegseth's numbers appear to be off. The bad news is that he seems to be intentionally underestimating the true cost of the war.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Well,
obviously, the $25 billion number released by the Pentagon,
though shocking it is,
it's actually far lower than what we've actually spent so far. But that number doesn't even take into account the astronomical rise in goods and services related to the conflict. There was a great clip of Ro Khanna trying to explain this to an increasingly angry Pete Hegseth, and out of all of the moments from this week's testimony, this probably summed it up best.
How much did it cost American taxpayers in terms of the strike to the Iranian school where kids were killed? Do you have that number? In terms of the missiles we used?
As I've said, that unfortunate situation remains under investigation.
You don't know how much it costs the taxpayer?
But I wouldn't tie a cost to that, to anything.
Do you know how much it will cost Americans in terms of their increased cost in gas and food over the next year because of the Iran war?
I would simply ask you what the cost is of an Iranian nuclear bomb.
I'm going to give you that opportunity.
I would simply ask you what the... you're playing gotcha questions about domestic things. I'm not...
You're saying it's a gotcha question to ask what it's going to be in terms of the increased cost of gas.
Why won't you answer what it costs to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear bomb?
I give you that, sir, but let me...
What would it cost? What would you pay to ensure Iran doesn't get a nuclear bomb? What would you pay?
I reclaim my time. Do you not know? You had no one do the analysis of what the increased cost of gas and food on the American people are going to be?
What is the cost of Iran holding that straight at issue with nuclear weapons?
It's $631 billion, which means it's an increase of $5,000 a year for American households.
And actually, there were a few other moments that stood out, like this one, where Hegseth once again invokes Schrodinger's nuclear weapons program. It both exists and doesn't.
Depends on what argument you're trying to make at any point in time.
You have to stare down this kind of enemy who's hell-bent on getting a nuclear weapon and get them to a point where they're at the table giving it up in a way that ensures they never have it.
So they haven't broken yet. Okay, we haven't gotten there yet for all of the...
Well, their nuclear facilities have been obliterated. Underground, they're buried, and we're watching them 24/7. So we know where any nuclear material
Reclaiming
might be.
my time for
we're
just
watching
a quick second here. We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely obliterated?
They had not given up their nuclear ambitions, and they had a conventional shield of thousands of missiles.
So Operation Midnight Hammer accomplished nothing of substance. It left us at exactly the same place we were before.
As for where we're at now with all of this, Trump was heading down to Florida for the weekend.
Little vacation, little
like he does.
Time in the sun. Hey, skies out, thighs out, am I right?
But yeah, before leaving, he was asked about seeking congressional authorization for this war, and here's what he said.
Mr. President, it's day 60. Are you going to seek congressional authorization for...
Well, no other country has ever done it. It's never been, as you know, most people consider it totally unconstitutional. Also, we had a ceasefire, so that gives you additional time. But no other country's done it. We're in the midst of a big victory. This is a victory like we haven't had since Venezuela, okay?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think they don't actually care.
Yeah, I think it's the least of their worries that they're bypassing some, in their minds, arbitrary deadline.
Yeah.